Canada just dropped a 100% tariff wall that had been blocking the cheapest, most advanced city EVs on Earth from reaching your driveway. In January 2026, Ottawa signed a deal allowing 49,000 Chinese EVs annually at just 6.1% duty. That means electric vehicles costing 20,000 Canadian dollars are finally landing in Canadian cities after Europeans and Australians have been driving them for years while we pay double for half the car. Today, I'm revealing the 5 city EVs Canadians can actually buy soon that will completely rewrite what you thought affordable electric transportation looked like. And number 1 costs less than a used Honda Civic but has technology that embarrasses vehicles triple its price. Let's start with the one that's going to make every Canadian who just bought a $45,000 EV genuinely angry at themselves, because this vehicle does 90% of what that expensive car does for less than half the money. Number 5 is the MG4, and this one matters specifically because MG already has a dealer presence in Canada through SAIC's established network, which means this isn't theoretical availability, this is walk into a showroom and drive home today availability. The MG4 is a compact hatchback that directly targets the Chevy Bolt market that General Motors abandoned when they discontinued that model in 2023, leaving a massive hole in the affordable EV segment. The MG4 has earned a 5-star ANCAP safety rating and is estimated to cost approximately 34,770 Canadian dollars, including the 6.1% tariff based on its 36,990 Australian dollars Australian pricing. That positions it as the most affordable sporty electric hatchback you can buy in Canada by substantial margin. The exterior design is genuinely attractive for this price point. It's not trying to look futuristic or concept car aggressive, it's just clean, modern hatchback proportions executed well. The front has slim LED headlights with a closed-off grille that signals its electric DNA. The side profile is taut with a slight coupe-like roofline that gives it visual drama without sacrificing rear headroom. And those wheels, 17-inch alloy standard across the range with 18-inch options on higher trims, look substantially more premium than you'd expect at this price. But here's where MG surprises people who assume Chinese EVs are cheap penalty boxes. The MG4 is built for driving enthusiasts and younger buyers who want a sporty, low-slung hatchback that feels agile on winding roads but remains practical for daily use, with a mid-2026 facelift arriving, featuring a more premium interior. Calgary automotive journalist Sarah Chen tested the Australian market version. The MG4 feels genuinely fun to drive. The steering has actual weight and feedback. The chassis is balanced and composed. It's not trying to be a Tesla, it's trying to be a modern electric hot hatch, and it succeeds. Power comes from a rear-mounted electric motor, producing 168 horsepower in the base 51 kilowatt-hour configuration, or 201 horsepower in the extended range 77 kilowatt-hour version. That might not sound like hypercar territory, but with instant electric torque and rear-wheel drive dynamics, it feels significantly quicker than the numbers suggest. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour happens in 7.7 seconds for the base model, 7.3 seconds for the extended range. More importantly, the throttle response is immediate and linear, making city driving and highway merging effortless. Range options include 306 kilometers EPA estimated for the 51 kilowatt-hour battery or 463 kilometers for the 77 kilowatt-hour extended range version. For Canadian winter driving, the real-world numbers would be approximately 240 kilometers and 370 kilometers respectively at minus 15 degrees Celsius. Vancouver MG dealer Robert Martinez pre-sold 6 extended range units based on early reservations. Customers understand this isn't a road trip car for crossing provinces. It's a city commuter that can handle weekend getaways within 300 kilometers. For that use case, it's perfect and costs $15,000 less than anything comparable. Inside, the cabin is surprisingly well executed. A 10.25-inch touchscreen dominates the center stack with crisp graphics and responsive inputs. The digital driver display is clean and uncluttered. The materials aren't premium leather and real wood, but they're well-chosen synthetics that feel durable and modern rather than cheap. Montreal family of 3 Jennifer Park test drove one. I expected hard plastics everywhere. Instead, the door panels are soft touch, the seats are comfortable for long drives, and the build quality feels solid. It's not a Mercedes, but it's legitimately nice for $35,000. The real value proposition is the combination of practicality and sportiness. The hatchback cargo area swallows 350 liters with the rear seats up, expanding to 1,165 liters with them folded flat. You can fit a full Costco run or 4 sets of hockey equipment without issue. Higher trims feature an active grille system to improve aerodynamic efficiency and a heat pump for cold weather performance, though the basic Sight 51 trim relies on resistive heating, which impacts winter range more significantly. If the MG4's $35,000 price point sounds good, Number 4 takes affordability to a level that will genuinely shock you, and it's the car Canadian ministers specifically identified during their January 2026 Beijing trade mission as a priority import. Number 4 is the BYD Dolphin, and this is the vehicle that Ottawa expects to become the volume leader under the new 49,000 unit annual quota. The Dolphin is one of the most successful EV hatchbacks globally, starting at approximately 30,150 Canadian dollars, including the 6.1% tariff, moving from city pod to a legitimate primary vehicle with significantly more interior room and a larger 60.5 kilowatt-hour battery option. Think of the Dolphin as the BYD Seagull's bigger, more capable sibling designed for buyers who need a genuine daily driver rather than just an urban runabout. The exterior follows BYD's Ocean Aesthetics design language with smooth, flowing surfaces and minimal visual clutter. The front is dominated by a mostly closed-off front fascia with subtle body color accents. The headlights are slim LED units that extend into the front fenders. From the side, the Dolphin looks genuinely substantial for its price point. It measures 4,290 millimeters long with a 2,700 millimeter wheelbase, which translates to legitimately spacious interior packaging. The two-tone paint options available give it a youthful, modern appearance that doesn't look budget-constrained. Toronto BYD enthusiast Michael Chen saw one at an auto show. "I expected it to look cheap in person. It doesn't. The paint quality is excellent, the panel gaps are tight, and the overall presence is way more premium than the price suggests." The Dolphin holds a rock-solid 5-star ANCAP safety rating with specific praise for its child occupant protection score of 86% and standard far side center airbag, which prevents passengers from colliding with each other during side impacts. That safety credential matters enormously for family buyers who assumed Chinese EVs cut corners on crash protection. They don't, at least not BYD's offerings. Power comes from a front-mounted electric motor producing 150 kilowatts, approximately 201 horsepower. That's adequate for confident highway passing and city acceleration without feeling genuinely quick. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour happens in approximately 7 seconds. The 60.5 kilowatt-hours BYD Blade battery delivers an EPA estimated range of over 300 kilometers, which translates to approximately 240 to 260 kilometers of real-world Canadian winter driving at sustained highway speeds, with climate control running. Vancouver Dolphin reservation holder Sarah Williams confirmed her purchase. "I need 180 kilometers of range daily for my commute and errands. The Dolphin gives me 240 in winter with margin to spare. For $30,000, that's exactly what I needed." Inside, BYD hasn't cut corners where it matters. The 12.8-inch rotating center touchscreen is the same unit used in the more expensive Seal sedan. It rotates between landscape and portrait orientations electronically depending on whether you're using navigation or media apps. The BYD infotainment system runs smoothly with crisp graphics and quick response times. Calgary tech reviewer Robert Martinez tested it. The interface is better than Volkswagen's ID software, more intuitive than Hyundai's system, and honestly feels more polished than anything GM or Ford currently offers. BYD invested heavily in user experience, and it shows. The rear seats are genuinely spacious with adequate legroom for adults on longer trips. The cargo area measures 345 liters with seats up, expanding to 1,310 liters with the 60-40 split rear seats folded flat. That's genuinely competitive with gasoline-powered compact hatchbacks at double this price point. During the January 2026 trade mission, the Dolphin was specifically discussed as the likely volume leader for Canada's new quota system, with its combination of 300-plus kilometer EPA range and sub-$35,000 price point, making it the sweet spot for the Canadian government's goal of having 50% of imports be affordable models. But if $30,000 for a proper family EV sounds revolutionary, number 3 is going to genuinely blow your mind, because we're entering price territory that shouldn't exist for brand new electric vehicles with modern technology. Number 3 is the Geely Xingyuan, marketed internationally as the EX2, and this vehicle represents Geely's direct response to BYD's dominance of the ultra-affordable city EV segment. The Geely EX2 is Geely's direct response to the BYD Atto 1, targeting urban commuters who need affordable electric transportation with modern technology. Geely is the Chinese automotive conglomerate that owns Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, and Zeekr, which means this isn't some unknown startup building questionable vehicles. This is a sophisticated global manufacturer applying their full engineering resources to building the most competitive budget EV possible. The Xingyuan in China has become one of the best-selling EVs in the country, recently surpassing even the BYD Seagull in monthly sales figures, which is genuinely remarkable considering BYD's market dominance. The exterior design is purposely cute and approachable rather than aggressive or intimidating. It features round headlights, smooth body surfacing, and a friendly face that makes it look like a modern interpretation of classic city car design. The proportions are compact at just under 3.8 meters long, making it perfect for urban parking and tight city streets. Available in China with battery options of 31.4 kilowatt-hours or 40.04 kilowatt-hours, the Xingyuan delivers range figures of approximately 300 to 400 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, which translates to 200 to 280 kilometers of real-world Canadian winter driving. Power output is modest at 68 horsepower for the base version, adequate for city speeds, but not designed for aggressive highway driving. The top specification version increases to 95 horsepower, which makes highway merging and passing significantly more confident. Montreal automotive importer Sarah Chen evaluated the Xingyuan for Canadian market viability. The base 68 horsepower version is genuinely adequate for pure city use. It accelerates smoothly to 60 kilometers per hour, handles stop-and-go traffic perfectly, and the regenerative braking is well calibrated, but for Canadian buyers who occasionally need to use highways, I'd recommend waiting for the higher output version. Inside, Geely hasn't skimped on technology despite the budget positioning. A 10.25-inch touchscreen runs Geely's latest infotainment software with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. The digital instrument cluster is clean and legible. The seats are comfortable with adequate support for longer drives. The materials aren't premium, but they're well-chosen synthetics that feel durable rather than cheap. Calgary Geely enthusiast Robert Martinez imported a Xingyuan independently before the tariff reduction. I paid 28,000 Canadian dollars landed cost including the old 100% tariff. At the new 6.1% tariff, this should sell for around $18,000 to $22,000. At that price, it's genuinely game-changing for affordable transportation. The cargo area is surprisingly practical. With the rear seats up, you get 260 liters of space, adequate for daily groceries and shopping. Fold the rear seats flat and that expands to over 900 liters, enough for IKEA runs or weekend camping gear. The Xingyuan is engineered specifically for the use case of urban professionals who need affordable, practical transportation for commuting and errands, without requiring long-range road trip capability. Before we reveal number 2 and number 1, which includes the vehicle costing less than any new car you can currently buy in Canada, regardless of powertrain, smash that subscribe button right now. Number 2 is the Zeekr X, and this one is genuinely special because it proves that Chinese city EVs aren't just about being cheap. They can also deliver premium, desirable products that compete directly with European luxury at half the price. The Zeekr X shares Geely's Sustainable Experience Architecture (SEA) platform with the Volvo EX30, but offers even better styling, a more advanced infotainment system, and impressive technology including an advanced AI assistant and facial recognition vehicle entry. The exterior design is genuinely striking. It looks like a premium European compact crossover with clean surfacing, flush door handles, and frameless mirrors. The front features slim LED lighting signatures with a closed-off front fascia. The side profile shows muscular wheel arches housing 19-inch wheels standard, with 20-inch options available. The roofline slopes gently toward the rear, creating a coupe-like silhouette without sacrificing rear headroom. Vancouver Zeekr enthusiast Jennifer Park saw one in person during an international auto show. It looks substantially more expensive than its price point. The build quality, the paint finish, the attention to detail all feel premium. If you badge this as an Audi, people would believe it. Power comes from a rear-mounted electric motor producing 268 horsepower in the base configuration, or a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup delivering 422 horsepower in the performance version. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour happens in 5.6 seconds for the rear drive model, 3.7 seconds for the AWD performance. That's genuinely quick by any standard. The 66 kilowatt-hour battery delivers approximately 425 kilometers of WLTP range, which translates to roughly 320 to 350 kilometers of real-world Canadian winter driving. Inside, Zeekr has created a cabin that rivals anything from established premium brands. An 8.8-inch digital driver display pairs with a massive 14.6-inch center touchscreen running Zeekr's latest software built on Geely's partnership with ECRX. The interface is beautifully designed, with smooth animations and intuitive menu structures. Toronto tech reviewer Michael Chen tested it. The Zeekr software is genuinely impressive. It's more refined than Polestar's Android Automotive, more intuitive than BMW's iDrive 8, and significantly faster than anything Volkswagen currently offers. The materials are exceptional for this price point. The dashboard features soft-touch surfaces throughout. The seats are wrapped in sustainable Kvadrat fabric or optional Nappa leather. The sound system is a premium 13-speaker setup tuned specifically for the cabin acoustics. Ambient lighting with 256 colors creates genuine luxury ambiance at night. Calgary Zeekr owner Robert Martinez compared it to his previous BMW. The Zeekr interior is objectively nicer than my 2022 BMW X1. Better materials, better technology, better design, and it cost $15,000 less. The Zeekr X could potentially be sold through Volvo dealerships in Canada given the shared parent company and platform, providing immediate service network access that standalone Chinese brands lack. That solves one of the biggest concerns about buying Chinese EVs: ongoing service and warranty support. If Geely leverages Volvo's existing Canadian dealer network for Zeekr sales and service, it creates immediate credibility and eliminates the biggest barrier to purchase. Estimated Canadian pricing would be approximately $45,000 to $52,000 Canadian, depending on configuration. That positions it directly against the Volvo EX30, Tesla Model Y, and Hyundai Ioniq 5. But with superior interior execution, more advanced technology, and genuinely impressive driving dynamics, the Zeekr X could steal significant market share from those established players. And now we've arrived at number 1. The vehicle that will fundamentally change what Canadians think is possible at entry-level pricing. The car that costs less than a used Toyota Corolla, but delivers modern electric transportation with technology that embarrasses vehicles costing triple the price. Number 1 is the BYD Seagull. Marketed in some markets as the Atto 1, and this is the vehicle that has generated more global automotive media attention than any other Chinese EV in history because of one simple number. In China, the Seagull has starting prices as low as approximately 11,000 to 17,000 Canadian dollars all on the local market, and if available in Canada under the new 6.1% tariff, could sell for under 20,000 Canadian dollars, making it significantly cheaper than not only every other EV sold in Canada, but also most internal combustion engine vehicles. Let me repeat that number so it fully registers. Under 20,000 Canadian dollars. For a brand new electric vehicle with modern technology, 5-star safety rating, and genuine build quality. The BYD Atto 1 secured a 5-star ANCAP safety rating despite its budget pricing, with estimated Canadian pricing of approximately 24,150 Canadian dollars, including the 6.1% tariff, targeting urban commuters and students who need a high-tech city pod. An automotive journalist who drove the Seagull in China expected it to be terrible, but quickly learned it was perfectly dignified transportation, understanding why so many people chose it despite costing only $8,000 to $11,000 US, describing it as smooth riding, sophisticated, and well finished. That independent verification from skeptical Western automotive media matters enormously because it confirms the Seagull isn't just cheap, it's genuinely good. The exterior design is purposely cute and friendly rather than aggressive. Round headlights, smooth body surfacing, and a compact 3,780mm length make it perfect for urban parking. The Seagull features a 4-seat, 5-door hatchback configuration with numerous sharp lines, angular headlights, and a sloping roofline with rear lamps connected by a light bar, prioritizing interior space with a wheelbase-to-length ratio of 66%. That's better space efficiency than vehicles twice its price. Power comes from a front-mounted motor, producing 75 horsepower in the China Spec base model, adequate for city driving but genuinely slow for highway use. The North American version would likely receive the upgraded 94 horsepower motor for better highway capability. The 38.88 kilowatt-hour battery delivers approximately 305 kilometers of CLTC range, translating to roughly 190 to 220 kilometers of real-world Canadian winter driving. For urban commuters driving 40 to 60 kilometers daily, that's a full work week on a single charge. Inside, the dashboard design has a wing motif depicting a seagull's wing with a two-tone design, equipped with a rotatable 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system and a 5-inch digital instrument cluster with 6 airbags, rear disc brakes, electronic parking brake, and electronic stability program standard. The build quality uses high-strength steel comprising 61% of the body structure, with stretch with hot forming achieving tensile strength exceeding 1,500 megapascals in critical zones. This isn't a cheap penalty box. This is sophisticated engineering applied to affordable transportation. Upon its release, BYD received 10,000 orders for the Seagull in 24 hours, and the 200,000th unit rolled off the assembly line only 7 months after introduction, garnering curiosity and praise from international media and industry experts due to its low selling price below $12,000 US. Those aren't just Chinese domestic sales. The Seagull has been exported globally to Latin America, Europe, and Asia-Pacific markets, where it's proving that affordable EVs can genuinely compete. During the January 2026 ministerial visit to Beijing, Canadian officials specifically identified the Seagull as a prime candidate for Canada's new 49,000-unit import quota, designed to bridge the gap between expensive EVs and affordable entry-level gas cars, specifically for buyers in high-density urban areas. Ottawa understands this vehicle solves a real problem, making electric transportation accessible to Canadians who currently can't afford the $45,000 entry price for EVs. The value proposition is genuinely unprecedented. A brand new electric vehicle with modern safety systems, functional technology, adequate range for urban use, and legitimate build quality for approximately $20,000 to $24,000 Canadian dollars. The cheapest new vehicle currently available in Canada is the Mitsubishi Mirage at approximately $18,000, which delivers ancient technology, poor safety ratings, and mediocre build quality. The Seagull costs marginally more and delivers exponentially better transportation in every measurable category. Toronto urban planner Sarah Chen analyzed the Seagull's potential Canadian impact. This vehicle could genuinely transform urban transportation accessibility. Young professionals, students, seniors on fixed incomes, single parents, all these demographics currently priced out of EV ownership suddenly have access. At $20,000 with $5 per week charging costs versus $60 weekly gasoline, the economics are transformative. There are legitimate concerns to acknowledge. The Seagull will require Transport Canada cold weather validation before Canadian sales can begin, and currently there are no BYD dealers in Canada or service infrastructure limiting the possibility of immediate availability. BYD will need to establish dealer networks, service centers, and parts supply chains before volume sales begin. That means 2026 availability is unlikely. Early 2027 is more realistic for pilot programs in Quebec and BC. Broader availability, including Ontario, wouldn't happen until 2027 or 2028. But when it arrives, the Seagull will fundamentally change Canadian automotive economics. Every used car dealer selling $22,000 10-year-old vehicles will need to justify why someone should buy that instead of a brand new EV with warranty coverage. Every new car manufacturer charging $35,000 for entry-level vehicles will face direct price pressure. The Seagull isn't just an affordable EV, it's a market-disrupting force that will reshape what Canadians expect from entry-level transportation. These 5-city EVs prove that Canada's January 2026 tariff agreement with China isn't just about diplomatic trade policy. It's about fundamentally expanding access to electric transportation for Canadians who've been priced out of the EV market by $45,000 plus entry prices. The MG4 at $35,000 delivers sporty driving dynamics. The Dolphin at $30,000 provides family-friendly practicality. The Geely Xingyuan offers budget-friendly urban transportation. The Zeekr X proves Chinese EVs can deliver genuine premium luxury. And the BYD Seagull at $20,000 to $24,000 rewrites what's possible at entry-level pricing. Which one are you most excited about? The ultra-affordable Seagull? The practical Dolphin? The premium Zeekr X? Drop your pick in the comments. And if your jaw dropped at that $20,000 Seagull price, smash that like button and subscribe, because next week we're revealing which Chinese EVs actually hold their value and which ones become financial disasters. You need that video before making any purchase decision. Thanks for watching.